All right, so we're back and ready to deep dive into a topic that might seem pretty simple on the surface.
Yeah.
We're looking at this snippet that just says budgeting and cash flow management.
Right.
When I first saw it, I thought, well, this is pretty basic stuff. Everybody knows about budgeting, right?
Hmm.
But then I started thinking, even these simple phrases can have some hidden depths to them.
Absolutely.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think there's a tendency to lump these two concepts together,
Right.
budgeting and cash flow management, but they are distinct and they both play a crucial role in really managing your finances well.
Okay, so let's start with budgeting. When I hear that word, I have to admit I get a little bit of a mental image of like spreadsheets.
Sure.
Maybe a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah.
But is it really just about tracking your income and your expenses, or is there something more to it?
Well, it's definitely about tracking income and expenses. I mean, that's the foundation.
Right.
But it's also about creating a plan for how you're going to use your money over a specific period of time. And it's that planning aspect that can really help you avoid overspending
Yeah.
and make sure that you're moving towards your financial goals.
I like the idea of a plan. It's like having a roadmap for your
Yeah.
money, so you're not just wandering around aimlessly.
Exactly. You've got a destination in mind,
Yeah.
and you're figuring out the best route to get there.
All right, so we've got our budget, our financial roadmap, but where does cash flow management fit into all of this?
So cash flow management is all about the timing of your money.
The timing.
Yeah, when money's coming in, when it's going out.
Okay.
And it's really important because even if you have a great budget, you can run into trouble if you don't manage your cash flow effectively.
Give me an example of that. How
Yep.
could that happen?
Sure. So let's say you're a freelancer
Okay.
and you land a big project. Great, right?
Yeah.
But the payment terms might be net 60 or even net 90,
Yeah.
meaning you might not get paid for 2 or 3 months after you've completed the work.
Oh.
So if you haven't managed your cash flow properly,
Yeah.
you could find yourself in a situation where you don't have enough money to cover your expenses.
Right. Even though you've technically earned the money.
Exactly. And that's where cash flow management comes in. It's about making sure you have enough cash on hand
Okay.
to meet your obligations, even when your income is irregular.
So it's almost like two sides of the same coin then, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
We've got the big picture plan with the budget,
Right?
and then we've got this kind of like on the ground tactical management of the money coming in and going out.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people think that cash flow management is something that only businesses have to worry about.
I was going to say that, I kind of thought of it that way too.
Yeah, but it's important for individuals as well.
It's funny you were talking about the freelancer example
Uh-huh.
because I was thinking back to a time a few years ago when I was freelancing,
Yeah.
and I had a client who was very late on a payment.
Yep.
And I hadn't really thought about cash flow at that point.
Yeah.
And it caused me a lot of stress trying to figure out how to cover my bills that month.
Right.
If I had understood cash flow management better back then, I could have avoided that whole situation.
Absolutely. And, you're not alone in that. A lot of people learn these lessons the hard way.
So what's the key takeaway here for our listeners?
I would say the key takeaway is that budgeting and cash flow management are both essential
Yeah.
for achieving financial stability and reaching your financial goals.
Right.
They work together.
Yeah.
Your budget sets the overall plan,
Uh-huh.
while cash flow management gives you the tools to navigate the day-to-day ups and downs.
It's like having a good game plan and then being able to make adjustments on the fly.
Exactly.
You need both to be successful.
Right.
So we started with this simple little phrase,
Uh-huh.
budgeting and cash flow management.
Yeah.
But we've really uncovered a lot of practical knowledge here.
Yep.
I think it's a good reminder that even seemingly basic concepts can have a lot of depth to them.
Definitely.
Now, for everyone listening, I will leave you with a question to ponder.
Okay.
How could a deeper understanding of cash flow management help you make better financial decisions
It's a great question.
in your own life? Think about that. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.